So I've been talking a lot lately about how I need to stop sourcing and just get listing and get my eBay shop filled with inventory and stop bringing more stuff home because I'm I'm going out to yard. It's yard sale season, garage sale season, church rummage sale season. This is the time to go out getting inventory, but I have so much stuff that I have not gotten listed, and I there's only so many hours in the day. So I told myself no more shopping. Just get things listed until you have no death pile. Don't bring anything else home. But I just cannot stop myself. So today I got a notification from Facebook about um, a free item, which is like rolls of photography backdrop paper. This guy was a professional photographer. He had maybe 12 or 15 rolls of this paper. They're not big, they're not quick sellers, and they take up a lot of space, but each of these rolls sells for like $50 to $100 a piece when they do sell. So I couldn't very well pass those up for free. And then I looked at his other items that he had. This was on Facebook Marketplace. I looked up the other items that he had for sale, and I saw a tripod head, a camera mount, a quality, good quality one. He's selling it for $45. It's worth between $200 and $300. So I told him, I'll come and get the paper. I'll take that tripod head too. And then he said, well, I've got two of them. So you want the other one too? I was like, yeah, of course I want it. So I went over there after work. Here they are. Here's what I'm dealing with right now. I just cleared out my car today, and I have all this stuff that I picked up mostly last weekend, garage sales, and then today I brought this other stuff home. Those rolls of paper are still in the car. I don't know where I'm going to put those, but I got these tripod heads. Like I said, this one. So in the end, he had two of them. He wanted 45, and then he said, how about you just give me 60 for both of them? So this one is worth, I think I'll list it for 225 and try to move it fast, but there are others that have sold for 325 or more. This one looks almost identical. I don't really see what's different about it, but this one only sells for like 50 to 75, but still, I paid 60 for those, and then he threw these in free. These are adapters for light, photography lights. They're not worth that much, but maybe $25 for the two of these. So I gave him $60, and I've got 300, 325, probably $350 worth of stuff here. I still have a ton of hats that I'm going through from an estate sale. I just got these two. I washed them and then let them dry with the towel inside. They still have quite a lot of fuzz, so I'll need to put a lint roller on these or some tape or something. This is an Adidas one. I saw another one that was pretty similar to this, sold for 24. I'll probably try to get 20 for it. This is a railroad one, Norfolk Southern. Anybody's guess what this is worth. This is like the maintenance crew hat. It says first and safety, and it says maintenance of way and structures. So I'll probably try to get 25 for that. At an estate sale, I went to that estate sale, this particular estate sale that I got this box from 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And I was talking about this in a different video. Here's a puzzle maker. That's probably $60 to $100. Here's a second one. These need some cleaning up. This box is teetering here. These need some cleaning up, but for $100, I can clean those up. I have another one here still in the box that I picked up at a church sale. No, this was at a garage sale. This one was $5. So this one I'll probably sell for over $100. Still in the box, brand new. And then in the bottom of here is another puzzle maker, this big round one. I think this one's worth $250, puzzle made. It looks like it has the components and stuff that you need to operate it. And it's still in the box, so that's a good one. From that estate sale, I got this little Knott's Berry Farm postcard, like photos from Knott's Berry Farm. I don't know what the age of this is or what the value of it. Maybe nothing. I don't know. This old ice cube tray, this is like maybe $20 to $24. This brawn, this one is a little dirty too. It needs to be cleaned, but it's in the box, so this is maybe $89, I think. I didn't even bother to look up these there were 3 of these sets. These Playtex Classic. I don't see a date on these, but they're not super new, and so I know like undergarments, vintage undergarments, people will buy those for sure. So I think these are probably going to be 15 to 20 each. I got 3 of those. I don't know if this is worth anything either. Dean Foods mug, maybe it is. I only paid 50 cents for it, so I'll take it. What else is in here? This is a box for one of these puzzle makers. I found that separate from the machines. It was just in a shelf in the basement at that sale. I didn't look this up either. This peppermint patty. I don't know if there's a tag on it that has a date. I just threw it in my box. You know, they're basically giving this stuff away. So everything I got from that estate sale total, I spent 50 bucks on. I still have a big stack I got a big bunch of curling irons in the car. Some of the stuff I've already listed, but not much of it. Okay, then there was a guy, I pulled up to a garage sale. It was just an old man there. He had a lot of tools. This was last Friday or Saturday. He had a ton of tools just laid out in the garage. It was like the garage of a business, like in the back of a storefront. And I saw these coats. These are like vintage snowwear, Arctic Cat. These 2 coats. I asked him how much for these coats, and he was like, "What?" He couldn't hear me at all. He was totally deaf. What'd you say? And I said, how much you want for these coats? And he was like, just take them free. I don't want them. Just get them out of here. Just take them. And then what else did I get there? I know I got this tackle box. I don't know if this is worth anything, but he was just saying, take everything. I don't want any of this stuff. Just take it all. So there's 2 reels down here. They're probably not worth a lot. I mean, maybe none of this is worth anything, but he just said, just take it. So yeah, I took it. What else did I get from that guy? I don't know. Anyway, cool old tackle box. I'm sure somebody will buy it. I could probably just sell this. I could probably just do an auction and say, what do you give me for all of this tackle in this box? Okay, what else? I haven't even opened this. I assume it's going to be fine, but it's only $3. Canon Power Shot. This is probably going to be $50 to $100 if everything's in there and it works fine. I didn't look this up either. A little snap-on Christmas ornament. It's like a giant toolbox. I mean, it's a tiny version of a giant toolbox, tool wall. 50 cents. I don't know what that's worth, but it's got to be at least 10 bucks. I got a Bop It here. I don't think these are worth as much as they used to be, but I'm sure I can get $15 to $20 for it. Here's a different kind of Bop It I've never seen before. Spin it, do whatever. Oh yeah, this flashlight came from that guy. Free flashlight. Who knows if it works or what even it is, but I bet somebody will pay for that. Okay, what else? I got a ball glove here. I think this is a catcher's mitt. I paid $5 for this. I don't know what it's worth. It got to be at least 25. A few Bibles. These I got. What did I even pay for these? I don't even know anymore. I'm sure I didn't pay more than $1 a piece for these 2 Bibles, and then there's another Bible, smaller one. Maybe I lot them all up. I don't know. This is a Radio Shack, like a emergency alert radio. I think this was selling for like 50. I can't remember right now. I didn't pay $5 for it. I can tell you that. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't $5. It's one of those things where you just go, nothing has prices, and you just bring a stack up, and then they say, what do you think about $8? So yeah, that's what I did. High bias. I don't know if this is worth anything, but again, you know, if I'm buying all this stuff from one guy, he's just giving me a price for everything. So I got these kind of 90s R&B. What's the date on this? 1991. I don't know if there's a market for these, but I'm going to assume there is. Gerald Levert, Alexander O'Neill, Terrence Trent D'Arby. What year is that? 1987. Cameo. I got all of these. I think they were $0.25 a piece, 4 for $1. I don't know what this says. Deele. I never heard of that. I took every tape that they had there. El DeBarge, RTFW, Ready for the World, the Gap Band. And Club Nouveau. So several cassettes here. These got to be worth something. I'm not sure what they are or not, but if you pay $0.25 a piece for them, they don't have to be worth too much. Okay, so all of this stuff I'm going to have to get listed, and I'm not that fast at listing. I'm trying to get faster all the time, but I end up getting into like a research rabbit holes, and I start getting interested in what I'm researching, and I want to find out more and more about it. So this is where I'm at. I got so much stuff I can't even keep it in the box. Okay. So anyway, I need to pack up orders tonight, so I have to get this bench cleared off so I can use it, because I have 5 pretty good orders that I'm going to be packing up tonight. It might take a little while because I got to get this space cleared off. So I'm going to cut the camera now, get this all cleared off. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. And then I'll be right back to start packing. Okay, we're back. I got everything cleared off. All I really did was put most of it on the floor right here. So I don't know if that's the ideal place to put it, but that's the place where it is now. But I pulled everything from the inventory. It looks like a pretty small collection of stuff to pack tonight. There's one more thing that's a little bigger, a little more complicated. But before we start packing, let's add yesterday's sales to this tally board. Today is Wednesday, June 11th. So we had 6 sales yesterday on Tuesday. So I'm just going to add them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Tuesday looks good. Maybe Tuesday is the winner. The best day of the week for selling items on eBay. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a few months. I just got a text from Jessica that she's on the way home. So I'm going to try to get through this stuff as quickly as I can. Usually takes her about 30 to 40 minutes to get home, depending on if she stops for groceries or whatever. So hopefully she won't be too late tonight. I did get those tripod heads ready for listing. So hopefully I can get some of those photos taken before she gets here. And I call it quits for the night. Okay, I used to have some just sandwich bags up here, but I think I've lost them. I was going to put this little Culinary Institute of America patch in a sandwich bag before I put it in here, but I'm just going to stick it right in there. I just listed this morning. It was only listed for about an hour before somebody bought it. I was pretty surprised because there's a couple CIA patches that are currently listed, but there was no sales history. So I thought that this was going to sit for a long time before it sold. I only sold it for $6.99, but I only paid 50 cents for it, and I think I charged $7 shipping. So we should end up making $9 or something like that. They're probably only going to cost $4 to mail it. So we'll make $6.99 plus. It weighs absolutely nothing, 0.1 ounces. So it'll be $6.99 plus 7, so it's like $15, $14. It'll cost $4 to ship, 10, and then minus $2. So we'll make $8 on it. 7 by 5. 7 by 5 by 1. So if they're all going to be as easy as this, and they might be actually, some of these are going to be pretty easy. BA, that's the buyer's initials. We should get through these pretty quickly. Okay, CIE patch. All right, next up, Oracle cards. Yeah, I can't believe I sold that in just one day. Not even one day. These have been sitting on for a long time, kind of a long time, since October of 2024. I always buy tarot cards and Oracle cards whenever I see them. And they're not all winners. You know, some of them are worth a lot, and some of them are just worth a little bit. So this one, let's see, what box do I have right here? This box is too good for that. This box is too good for that. I just had a small box here a minute ago. What did I do with it? This is too small. Yeah, that's way too small. I don't really want to use a brand new box because I'm not going to be really making any money on this order. These boxes are kind of heavy. These kind of double wall boxes, I think will be. This is like pretty much the right size, but I've got boxes. I know what to do. Okay, we'll just use one of these. So yeah, I've bought a lot of tarot cards and these oracle cards over the years. I think there was one day when I went into the Goodwill and there was just a big stack of them. And in the past, I would scan the barcodes on the back and check to see if they have any value. This one's brand new and never even been opened, so I'm surprised it didn't sell better. But for whatever reason, it's not worth as much as some of the others. I paid $4.66 for it. And like I said, that was in October of last year, and I sold it for $19 today. It's funny because this was in my... Today it was in my list of items that I could send offers on. That means somebody was watching it, or somebody put it in their shopping cart, or perhaps somebody just clicked on the listing in a way that eBay decided they needed to get an offer. Anyway, I always send out at least 10% offers on pretty much anything that I can. If eBay allows me to do it, then I do it. Shoot, this is supposed to go down first. So I sent that offer out, and then 10 minutes later, somebody bought it for full price. So I don't know if the person who was watching it thought they were getting the offer, or if another... This box is in bad shape. All right. I don't know what happened with the folding of this one, but it's in bad condition. So I'm going to see what's wrong with it. It might have just been glued together wrong in the factory or whatever. I think that's the case. Yeah, it's way off. Do I care enough? Will it make a difference if I don't straighten it? I don't think it will. I think it's fine. So get it back in here. Get this paper back in here. Okay. I have no interest in tarot cards for myself. I'm a believer in things that I can see right in front of me. The real world. So I don't think that there's anything to this stuff. But if somebody else does and they want to pay me $18.99 for the privilege of bleeding it, I'm happy to give them that opportunity. Man, this box is messed up. So I'm going to be embarrassed for my mail carrier to see this, but oh well. I wrote Oracle on it for Oracle cards. It weighs 1.5 ounces. It's got 2 pounds. This is going to be 10 by 7. It's so weirdly proportioned. I'm going to put 10 by 7 by 4, even though it's probably smaller than that. It's only supposed to be 3 inches, but it's like bulging up. LJ. It's because they glued it wrong in the factory where it was made. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. This one, I think I should open this because I don't remember for sure if I packed it securely. Where's my knife? Here it is. This is a Betty Boop music box. It's like Betty Boop sitting at a piano. There's 2 little dogs that when the music plays, they sit on top of the piano, and there's something inside of it that makes them move around with magnets. I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a video. I've had a video in the listing showing it in action. So if I can get that to work, I will. It's 2 pounds. Betty Boop MP music box. Oh, you can hear it. So yeah, this is safely packed. I guess I took care of it before I put it on the shelf. AR is the buyer's initials. Okay, I've got a Big Ben clock here. This is not a big seller either. I think it sold for 19 bucks and I paid, okay, Betty Boop, I paid $15 for. I thought it was worth maybe 100. And then sometimes, I'm not sure why, sometimes when you look stuff up on the app, on the eBay app, when you're trying to do comps, occasionally you'll find something on there that tells you something, you know, gives you an idea of the price. And then when you get home and look it up on the computer, it gives you a totally different price. So this Betty Boop one, I thought it was going to be about $100. So I was happy to spend $15 on it at the thrift store. This wasn't that long ago, at the beginning of the beginning of May. And then when I got home, I saw like, well, okay, one has sold for 60 and then a bunch sold for, you know, like gradually less. There weren't that many, maybe 5 or 6 have sold, and there were none listed at all. So I thought, well, I'm going to just put it at 50 bucks and try to sell it quickly and not try to wring every last penny out of it, which is a new thing for me. I'm trying my best to. My plan now is to not try as hard as I can to get the maximum value on each item. Not necessarily. It's like, I would rather sell this thing for $50 today than have it sit here for 2 years and then sell for 65 or not sell at all potentially. So that's my new plan. Price things a little lower. Don't worry about making maximum profits on each individual item and hope to sell more quantity. That's a lot of bubble wrap for something that was only $18, but I always buy these Big Ben clocks. They're by Westclox, and they made them for a long time. There's a lot of different models, minor variations between them over the years. This is a more modern one, I think, probably from the 70s or 80s. It is possible to, if you get one that's broken, to open it up and repair it, but you have to, it's not designed to be repaired. They were cheap clocks. They weren't made to be serviced. And I don't necessarily know how a clock works, but I have opened a couple of them up, cleaned the gears a little bit and put them back together and they start working again. I don't think I would do that with too many of them because they're just not worth a huge amount of money. But some of the old ones do have some value. Most of the ones I bought I've sold for around $20, so they're not incredible, but they usually sell pretty quickly, and I just kind of like the style of them, so I'm always drawn to them in the stores or the thrift stores or the estate sales more than likely. 2 pounds exactly. These boxes are going to be 9 by 9 by 9. I'm not even going to write it down here. Okay, AR. Is this a repeat buyer? Let me check to make sure these two aren't going to the same person. Don't think they are, but they have the same initials. Alec. No, they aren't. Shoot. So I need to write something else on here. This has never happened before where 2 buyers had the same initials. I'm going to write CA for California on this one, and then the only reason I do this is so that I don't put the wrong labels on, and there's not a lot of, this one's going to New York. There's not a lot of identifying details on the labels to let you know which package they go to, except, I just choose to do the initials. That is like literally the first time that's ever happened. Okay, last thing that needs to get packed is over here. I'm gonna try to get it out carefully without pulling everything else down, which I have done before. Okay, this is a car battery charger. I always grab these if I see them at estate sales or yard sales or whatever. This is probably the 6th one I've sold, maybe the 5th. They're like, I don't even know, can you buy these anymore? Or people are, if they want one, they have to resort to eBay to get one. I really don't know. But they typically sell pretty well for me. Usually they sell just within a couple of days of listing. And typically for a decent price, like this one, it's in the box. I opened it up and it looks totally clean on the top, so I thought maybe it's never even been used. The box has some damage to it, but when I paid $10 for it at a yard sale, and when I got it home and took it out, I noticed that the cord had been wrapped with electrical tape, so it could have been cut and put back together, or maybe the rubber was melted or something like that. In any event, I probably could have sold this for $85 or $90, but with that repair on the cord, I just listed it for $60. And today someone offered me $55, so there it is, out the door for $55. I paid $10 for it. This was the day we left for our vacation. A couple of weeks ago, I bought this. I should have been home preparing for our trip, and instead I was at a church sale, 3 or 4 garage sales, and an estate sale. And I have sold a lot of the stuff that I bought that day already. It's a surprising amount. I'm chalking it up to my new pricing strategy to price a little bit lower than I would have before. But typically I list stuff in my shop and it takes months typically to sell. It's not that common for me anyway to sell something, within a week. But lately it's been happening more and more often. So I guess I'm on the right track with pricing. It does feel like, I've complained a lot about slowdown this summer, starting in May and all the way through the last couple of weeks. But this week has been pretty good. And I'm hoping there's some kind of something that's happening to make it make stuff sell better. Okay, this is pretty heavy, so I'm thinking about what kind of packing. I was thinking about using some of these air bubbles, but I don't think they'll withstand the weight of this thing. So let's take this out and just do paper. As soon as I'm done with this box, I'll go into the eBay website and purchase shipping labels for all this stuff. I'll cut the camera while I'm doing that because it's pretty tedious. And then I will come back and go through how much each of those labels cost and how much profit we make on all of these items today. I did sell one of these car battery chargers a few months ago, and the buyer said it didn't work when he got it. It's hard to know if when somebody says something didn't work, if they're just saying that, or if it really didn't work, if something happened during shipping or whatever. But this guy was offering to return it, so I didn't see any scam red signals there. I wasn't too worried about it. So in the end, I just told him to keep it. Like, it would cost quite a bit to ship it back, and then what am I going to do with it if it's broken? I'm not going to try to take the time to repair it, or I wouldn't even know how to do that. So I just refunded his money and told him to keep it. So sometimes you lose a little bit, but you can't let those situations get you down, because the next day you're going to sell something else, or even a couple hours later you're going to sell something else. Okay, one more bundle of paper. I usually don't do these sides like this unless something is pretty heavy, and this thing is, it's not obnoxiously heavy. We'll put it on the scale right now and find out. I think it's probably going to be 18 pounds, maybe more. I don't know. No, only 12 pounds. Okay, charger, 12 pounds. This is 12 by 12 by 11, I think. And then it's going to FL, all the way in California. This is going to be expensive. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go buy these labels, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I printed all the labels, and I just scheduled USPS pickup for tomorrow morning. Last night I forgot to do it, and I had to go to the post office on my own, which is not my favorite thing to do. I'm going to tilt this camera up for a second and put these labels on. This is going to FL. Thank you so much. AR in California. Thank you so much, AR. AR in New York. There we go. Thank you to you. LW. No, LJ. Oracle cards. Thank you for the purchase. And then finally, I hope this guy is in culinary school right now and is getting a new patch for his chef's coat. Okay, that's it. Those 5 packages are done. Let's look at how much money we made today. So, all right, Culinary Institute of America. This little patch only sold in a couple of hours and made $7.21 profit. The Oracle cards, they sold lower than I would have liked, and I still made $10.70 on them. The Betty Boop, yeah, I paid a lot for that. I paid $15 for it. Sold it for $50, and I made $26.95 profit. The little Westclox Big Ben alarm clock, $13.86 profit. And finally, that battery charger, $36.15 profit. So right now, the profit for the entire day is $94.87. I feel good. I feel best when that number is over $100 per day. So right now we're right on the edge, $94.87. It's 10 after 9 right now. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got about 5 more hours until the end of the day, which happens at 2 a.m. according to eBay time. And so if we just get one more sale in the next 5 hours, that would go over the $100 mark and make me feel a lot better. But the average sale, the average profit for the month of June so far is $101.52. So at least that's over 100. If we keep that kind of number up, I mean, I want it to be higher than that, but it's got to be at least that to feel like it's worth it. The average profit per sale is $25.38 for this month. So we're doing okay right now. We've been having several days over $100 for the last couple of days. Let's look at it. Yesterday, today, so 94. I'm gonna just assume we're gonna get to 100 today. Yesterday, 194. The day before that, only $26. But the day before that, 167, 120, 103, 101. So we had several days this month, 129, where we've been over $100. So maybe some other sellers think $100 a day is not worth it, but I'm happy with that. So let's call it a night, put our tools away, and I'll get to putting these things out on the porch tomorrow morning for the carrier. So thank you for watching. It's been good to have you here. I'm just about to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. I've just been doing this for a couple of months, so it feels good to hit that mark. So I really appreciate everybody who's watching and subscribing. If you want to help me get over 100, maybe all the way up to the 1,000 that I need, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.